Alright, so now we are going to get started on the head. So we are going to make our face details right now. So we are going to take our black pearl and we're going to make the horns. So you're going to make a cap band and you're going to double loop a band, pull the cap band on, double loop another, pull it on, and you're going to do that one more time, and one more time. So then it should be a cap band and 4 double loops. Then you're going to take 3 bands. You're going to pull that onto 3 bands. And then 3 more bands. You're going to pull that onto 3 bands. And then one more time with 3 more. So it should look like this. Cap band, 4 double loops, and then 3 bands. And then you're going to take 3 black and pull that onto 3 black. And I'm going to put mine on a holding hook. And now you're going to make another one of those real quick. Okay, that band just shattered. And once you finish your second horn, you can, I guess you could tie them off with holding bands if you really wanted to. I'm just gonna put mine on a holding hook. And the next thing we are going to make is going to be the nostrils, kinda. They are, I mean, they make the face have a bit more dimension, I guess. So you're gonna make 2 cap bands of black on your hook. Then you're gonna make a double loop and pull those cap bands on, and then you're done. So you can just slide that onto your hook if you want. And then you're gonna take a total of 4 black. You're gonna make a cap band and then pull a cap band onto 3 black. And now we're going to make the eyes. So you're going to take your regular black and you're gonna make 3 cap bands on your hook. Then you're going to take 1 and double loop, pull all of those cap bands onto the double loop band, and then you can either hold it with your finger or put like a hook or pencil through it just to hold it in place. I'm just gonna hold it with my finger. And you're gonna take one white and you're gonna make a cap band. You're gonna make a cap band with white. Then you're gonna take one of your black pearl bands and you're gonna make a cap band and another band of black, and you're gonna make a cap band. So now you're going to pull 2 loops of the black pearl onto the other side of the black, and then 2 loops of the white onto the other side of the black, like that. It's probably a bit hard to see on camera, but I have 2 loops of the black pearl on the other side of the black. And then once you've done that, you're going to reclaim the loops of the, I guess you could call it an eyebrow, on the other side of the eye. So now my hook is not long enough to make 2 eyes on it, and that's the only reason I'm doing this right now. So if you have a long enough hook, you can just make another eye and then pull them all onto the same rubber band, but my hook is not very long, so I'm going to take 2 bands, pull over the eye in order. You want to make sure that you pull on the bands in the order that they're on your hook so that you still get the look of like a regular eye. Or well, like an eye. And then once you've done that, it should be tight enough that you can just like let go of it and sit it on the table. But if you don't feel very comfortable about that, you can put it on a holding hook or something. But now I'm gonna make another eye. So make 3 cap bands of black. And if your hook is long enough, you can just make both eyes on one hook. And I mean, that's perfectly fine. That might be easier to do, but my hook is very, very small. So it's not like this length. And it's also pretty hard for me to do the eye on that kind of hook, just because it's so thick. So I mean, I usually just do it one by one. And once you've made your second eye, you can take your rubber band that you pulled the eye onto earlier, and you can wrap one end around your hook and hold the other end. You want to slide your other eye down a ways on the rubber band. So now you're just going to pull your rubber bands onto your 2 bands. And once you've done that, you might need to move the eye around just to get them looking the same way. And then you're going to just take your hook and go through the loops like that. Looks really weird on the hook. But now, why is my loom always upside down? Now we're going to make his face. So now we're going to take our black and we're going to take 2 and we're going to go all the way down 11 times, and we're skipping the top loops because we want the neck to be a total of about 5 rubber band lengths, and it'll make sense when we attach the belly. So once you've gone all the way down with 2 bands of black, then you're going to come over to the side. And you're just gonna go down. Go down the side all the way, and once you get to the bottom right here, you're gonna go diagonally, and that's because we want the head to meet at a point. And you're basically just mirroring it on the other side. You're going to go diagonal here too. So you want to make sure that the middle is underneath the side bands, and that is because when we attach the nostrils, you want the black to be over top of them. You'll see, and when we put them on. So this part is optional. You can choose to do it or not. You can either use white, or I'm gonna use this jelly silver for this part. It's the teardrop by their eye, and it is optional. You do not have to do it. You can just replace it with black, or if you want to, you can replace it with white, or even like gray, I guess, if you wanted. But I'm gonna use silver, and we're going to attach it as an across band. So you're going to take 1 black, double loop it, and I'm starting at the bottom, and you're gonna do this 4 times up, and this makes the face. So once you've double looped 4 bands at the bottom here, you can take your black and you can take 2 bands, you can stretch it across right here. And don't do it on the one in between the double loops and the 2 bands, because I think we're attaching the silver there. Let me just double check. Yeah. So you're gonna take your silver or white or black, or if you're doing black, you can just do black there. But if you're doing silver or white, you just put it right in between the double loops and the 2 bands. So now let's start attaching stuff. So you're gonna take your eyes, and I'm gonna get them on my regular hook. So you're gonna take each end and you're gonna wrap one end around there and one end around there. So, oh my gosh. All right, so now that the eyes are there, we're going to pull them out, and there should be like a total of 4 loops in between the eyes. You're gonna try to get, it doesn't really matter, but you need to try to get 2 loops. It doesn't really matter what 2 loops, it'll still work if you have like any 2 loops. But what you're just going to do, you're gonna take 2 loops and you're gonna wrap it around this peg. So it should be creating like a triangle with the silver band. So now we're going to take the next thing, which should be the cap band and 3 bands. And you're going to get that on your hook, or you can use your holding hook to attach it, and you're gonna just wrap it around this bottom peg here. And then you're going to take your nostrils and you're going to put them on your hook. You do need to put them on whatever hook you're using for the main like hooking part. So now you're gonna go down, grab whichever side is on the top, does not matter, and you're gonna pull it up. And before you pull the entire thing on, watch, you're gonna take the first 2 loops, so see how there's 4 loops and they're kind of separated? You're gonna take the first 2 loops and you're going to pull them on to those rubber bands. And so it should look like this, where you have 2 loops left on your hook and 2 loops on the rubber band. Once you've done that, you're going to wrap it around the peg, wrap the 2 bands that you attached it to around the peg, and then you're going to take your other 2 loops and you're going to attach it to the next side. So when you grab your other side, you're going to take the 2 loops and you're going to pull it on to there. And then you can just loom up the side up to here. You want to stop here because we're going to attach the horns. And then once you've done that, you're gonna take your horns and you're going to go down, grab one of the band sides and pull 1 horn onto that. Then you're going to go down, grab the other side, and make sure that you pull all of the loops on. So it should look like that. And you want the horns to stick straight up. So now you're done with that holding hook. And now you can go down the middle. And that's why you wanted the middle to be underneath the side bands, because it goes over the nostrils. And then you can loom up twice. So then you want to stop here once you've loomed up twice. You're going to pull the crossband back, and you're going to go through the 2 loops of the eyes, and you're going to pull it down. And you want to make sure that you get it off. So you don't want it to be like this, where it's over those loops. You want to pull it in front. And if you need to scooch down the eyes to help you, that's perfectly fine. But now you're just going to loom up, and you're going to loom up to right here. So now if you want, you can pull up the face. To about here. And now we're going to attach our first back spike. So you're going to take 3 of the black pearl, make a cap band, double loop a band, pull the cap band on to the double loop, make another double loop, and pull that on to the double loop. So then you're going to come right in between the horns, and you're going to slide that on. And then you can move the horns back up if you move them down. But Oh, hey, we need to loom up the sides. Completely forgot. So you can just loom up the sides. You're not attaching anything onto any of these. So you can just loom the sides. And now the next one is gonna be 4 bands. So you're gonna make cap band, a double loop, pull the cap band on, double loop, another, pull, double loop on, and another. So now you're gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more of those, and they're gonna just attach them down here. And for this dragon, we are slowly going to make them smaller, but on the neck, they are all this size. So in total, you're going to have 6 of these size, because we're going to attach 1 on the body, and then we're not making any more. So you will need a total of 6 for this dragon of these sized. So if you're making these spikes right now, you can do that. And you'll need approximately 7 more of the size that is attached to the dragon right now, in between the horns, which is 3 bands. And I don't know how many of the little spikes you'll need. You probably noticed that the black pearl is a little bit less stretchy than the black. That's just because it's a bit fancier of a band, so it doesn't stretch as well. But some cylindric bands do not stretch at all, so these are actually better than some of the other cylindric bands. But yeah, so, and there's only 300 in a bag. I mean, they are a bit more expensive, but they do have way nicer colors. So now what you're gonna do is you can put your hook through each loop, and yeah, so there is Darkstalker's head. And if you need to, you can pop out his eyes and can kind of stretch out the, if you need to just pull the horns up, then yeah. But there is Darkstalker. So there's his head, and now we can get started on the main body.